Look at that. Look, and they're driving right by. They don't even know what they're missing. That's what this character needs to discover. And so we started taking and merging the two worlds that of the automobile that we love so much. Racing and Route 66. So I want to introduce you to Jerry Nadeau.
Racers are very rare breeds. They're not like every normal person in the world. I think, the speed attracts me. So some tracks, it's good to run the bottom, like Bristol. Once you feel the car right about here, once you feel like it's in the racetrack, then it's like, back on the gas.
John has always been a car guy, and I think he's always had a great love for the art and the style side of cars. I don't know that he had much background in racing before we got to know each other.
We wanted to make the broadcasting of the racing authentic. So we contacted Artie Kempner. Artie Kempner was this director.
And that's something for you ought to probably think about when you're animating the cars when the wreck happens. These guys go through.
He became one of our greatest advisors. And one of the things he taught us is how important the broadcasters are.
This is what it's all about. A three-way battle for the lead with 10 to go.
One of the greatest voices of racing is Darrell Waltrip.
I've never been to any race, whether it's a go-kart race in a parking lot or a race at Daytona or a race at Indy, that I didn't get excited about.
Watch this. Here he goes. Craven gets that high right out next to that wall. Watch. Right there. Close. Right there in the middle. Cuts down. He's going to make it down. He's going to get down under him. That's not the way to do it. I don't know. Come on, baby. Come on.
I was so inspired by your broadcasts, that you, Artie directing, and all the Fox team. For the first time, you felt the excitement on TV that you feel at a track.
Who's going to get up? Here he comes.
Excuse
Here
me?
he comes. He's got him this time. It's going to be a drag race. Wow. They touch. They touch. Craven got him. Craven got him. Craven. All right. What a finish. Have you ever? No, I've never. Wow.
My name's Mater. Mater?
To a Mater without the toe. I said, Mater.
Yeah, like Mater, but without the tuh.
So now, how'd you get that name?
Well, when I was a little old fella, I was raised up on the farm, and we had a garden big enough to feed about half of Cobb County. And Grandma, she'd take me to the barn every morning. We'd milk cows and one thing and another. And if I wasn't eating the tomato, I throw them at the hogs, just terrorizing everything I could.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been promoting?
I've been involved in the racing business for 50 years.
Was this in the days when the guys were still running the little moonshine?
The moonshine was flowing freely from the North Carolina mountains at that time.
Was it really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I bought one of the moonshine cars. Because, when you got caught, there was a federal offense and they seized the car.
Right.
And then they auctioned it off. And I won a lot of bets with that car.
As drivers swept to learn their way around the speedway, certification goes on in the inspection shed. 89 entries for the Labor Day Classic are torn apart under the eyes of NASCAR, National Association of Stock Car Auto Racing Inspectors, who certify that every important detail of these cars is stock, that every part is available to the American public and listed in the manufacturer's parts book.
Excuse me again.
And for that year.
Tell me about the Hudson Hornet. What made the Hudson Hornet so special?
The Hudson Hornet was the very first car that had tri-power. It was so low and so sleek at this time, 52. And with the 3 deuces on the carburetor, it outrun the Word of God.
My introduction to some of the people in Charlotte outside the corporate office
might not have happened if it hadn't been for John and his ability to sort of seek people out and introduce himself to interesting people is something that it's a rare skill.
His daddy won the championship in the Hudson Hornet.
He's been here in the darn infield with us for as many years I've been here.
We're doing this movie with animated characters, and it's got a Hudson Hornet, 51 Hudson Hornet in it.
He got a 51 Hudson Hornet in it. Marshall Teague drove it.
Marshall Teague passes Herb Thomas for the lead. Teague, driving number 6, owns both cars. 30-year-old Teague, 225-pound native son of Daytona Beach, was last year's winner.
Tell me what this thing is.
It's a piece of Goodyear rubber. That's the marbles that they call marbles. And it looks just like a marble.
Tires are soft to get hot and sticky, and chunks of rubber just fly off of these.
there you are.
A little smile there.
Yeah,
Doing good. Okay.
We've been getting your smile.
We had to do more to the model and give it more controls to get your smile.
You got more talent in one lug nut than a lot of cars has got in their whole body.
Really? Oh,
But you're stupid.
Excuse me?
This ain't a one-man deal, kid.
We did not take no for an answer. We used to talk at Chamber of Commerce meetings, how do we get the economy back? I stuck to Route 66 because after the bypass, tourists began to trickle back into Seligman. Next thing you know, we had formed the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona. The state made Route 66 historic December of the same year. We got the attention of our Arizona Department of Transportation, and the rest is history.
Route 66 is a metaphor. It's a symbol for a lot of roads. It just so happens it's the one that most of us have addressed for many, many reasons.
So now we're going to put our things down, a little piece of Walmart plastic, a little piece of Today, with our devil's rope, with our juniper, and then Bud's going to put the stone in the sepulcher of Gallup brick fired up that we got at Dennis Hopper's old motel, the Whispering Pines on the Mother Road. There you go.
Smashes to ashes and rusty dust.
We all discovered something we weren't expecting, It's just like life. You start down the path not knowing where it's going to lead you, but you enjoy the ride.